and welcome back to 106 with Lit. Today we'll have a special appearance from the renowned Jacqueline Woodson.
Hello, Savannah. Thank you for including me in the podcast today.
No problem, Jacqueline. Now, Anthony and I will have a few questions for you.
Well, ask away.
How did you first realize that you wanted to become a writer?
I first realized I wanted to become a writer when I was 13 years old, and my mom, every weekend, she took me to every weekend she took me to writing workshop classes so I can get better on my writing, and ever since then, I wanted to write.
Does the book relate to you? How?
Yes, this book relates to me because as the title says, a brown girl dreaming. I was a little brown girl in a South during segregation, and my mom and my grandma and my dad and my grandfather and my aunts and uncles, we went through segregation everywhere we went, and I just wanted to write about my life so other kids and adults can see what I went through as a child.
Where did you get the information and ideas for the book?
I got the ideas from my book from my best friends who asked me, how did it feel like going through segregation? Like, what did it feel like being treated unfairly? And I got my information from my mom, my aunt, my grandfathers, my aunts and uncles, and my grandmother, from which we all lived through that time.
What audience is the book meant for?
The audience this book is meant for the ages 10 and up.
What is the theme of your book?
The theme of my book is love, peace, and fair treatment throughout others in the world.
Why do you think this book will be a success?
I think this book will be a success because I, as a little girl, wondered why I was being treated differently from other little white girls who were the same age as me. And I think that this is a successful book because it will show all the kids in the world and adults how Black African American people got treated during segregation.
How long did it take you to make the book?
It took me a total of 3 to 5 months to write this book.
Tell me a little more about your book.
Well, this book has been bestseller and has won a Newbery Honor Award and a National Book Award from the NAACP. And it has its own feature in the African American Smithsonian Arts Museum in Washington, D.C.
Was it hard to write the book?
Yes and no. No, it wasn't hard to write this book because I just had to write and reflect about my old life through segregation. And yes, it was hard because it brought emotional tears to my eyes because I had to remember going through segregation. And segregation is very hard for people. I'm sorry if I'm getting emotional.
Our guest got a little emotional, but she's back to answer our question. So, may you please continue on the question, was the book hard to write?
Thank you, Savannah. And the book, yes and no. The book was hard, and it was not hard to write this book.
Okay. How did you feel when you wrote the book?
I felt very emotional, and I felt very upset, but I also felt very happy.
How old were you when you started writing?
When I started writing this book,
No, when you started writing,
13 years old.
Did anyone help you when you wrote the book? If so, who?
Yes, my best friends and my mom, my grandma, my dad, my grandfather, and my aunts and my uncles.
What do you rate the book?
I rate this book a 10.
You can buy her book from anywhere, including eBay. You can also follow her at @thereal_Jacqueline Woodson.
Well, thank you for visiting 106 We Lit.
We love you guys.
Thank you for having me. No problem, guys.
Mwah!